Welcome back. Dancehall music artists Spice and Ding Dong make a call for unity within the Caribbean where music is concerned. They say there is room for one and all as we are one Caribbean. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
Grace Hamilton and Kemar Otti are two names that many might not be familiar with, but one mention of their aliases is enough to get most up on their feet. The pair, also known as popular Jamaican artists Spice and Ding Dong, are in St. Lucia to headline the Magnum Tonic Wine Explosion stage show, and along with out-of-this-world entertainment, hype and vibe, they are also promoting an all-important call for unity. With dancehall music making a big impact in the soca-dominated region, the artists were asked what it takes to maintain such a stronghold on the music industry. In response, they said it is time to stop segregating the music once and for all.
To be honest, I don't like when they separate the genre. We're all Caribbean and we're all one. So it doesn't matter if it's soca, if it's dancehall. We're just all Caribbean and music is one. Music is one language. So music is music. So we kind of just fuse the two together. Big up Destra. We just did a collaboration called Trouble. So it's the Queen and the Queen. And of course, you know, me did the Indicator. Bunji Garlin was on the remix. So we've always been a lover of soca music. It's not like we always are separated and I say we prefer this other. It's just Caribbean music and we love it regardless. So everybody start come together. It's not like one time again when you say you can't ever play a dancehall song in a soca. Because I go carnival one day, I go wine up myself and go on, but a dancehall song I play in the carnival when we're up on the road. So everybody start come together now. Just unity. We're all just Caribbean people.
I feel like it's just the people. It's not the artists. It's the people. And the people who are listening, the listeners them and the fans them, those are the ones that segregate in the genres of music. Not the artists them, because the artists them good. Everywhere we go, back up in the world, on all type of stage. We have collabs. We have collabs with Machel Montana, Bunji Garlin, the works. So everybody, every artist I live good. Soca and dancehall is just the people them know to stop segregate themselves and be like, me no want you in a dancehall, yes sir. Me no want you in a soca, yes sir. It's bigger than them.
And that's the love of the music.
Yeah, good. One Caribbean, one music, one sound.
With that said, the artists went on to promise to live up to the reputation that they are well known for when they hit the Magnum Explosion stage.
I think people know we, them know Spice, them know what I bring, them know Ding Dong and them know what I bring, them know say I'm madness, so we come, we're going to give them the money, so we're going to make them just enjoy themselves and just run up and down and go on. That is excitement. People know that already. So that's why we laugh, you know? Them know already. Them know.
The Magnum Tonic Wine Explosion stage show is set to take place at the Pigeon Island National Landmark on Saturday, July 1st. Also heading to the stage on the day will be dancehall legend Sizzla. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Women of St. Lucia are being called to get their walking shoes ready to take part in the first ever Women on the Move Ladies Relay Walk. Organizers say the event is a good way to exercise the body as well as to strengthen or even create new sisterhood relationships. The exciting new venture is for ladies with a passion for walking and sisterhood. The idea was conceptualized after this year's Round the Island walk when organizers realized that 76 women registered for the walk and that 3 women completed it. Jenna Charles of the Northern Long Distance Walking Group gave details of the event, which is scheduled to take place on Sunday, the 9th of June.
We planned it for a 12-hour walk in a relay form, 6 legs. So we want persons to register as, you could do the whole walk or register as a team of 6. The routes would be, it begins at Johnson Center at the marina from 5 a.m., but we want persons to start off from 4:30 to ensure that everything is in place. First leg is the Johnson Marina to 4-hour show, 4-hour show to the Bexon RC Church, Bexon RC Church to Oleon Dennery, Oleon Dennery to Poilin, Poilin to the Deriso Gap, and Deriso Gap to Sandy Beach, which ends the walk.
Terry Hunt, who is also a member of the Northern Long Distance Walking Group, implored more women to take part in the activity. She also called on men to show their support.
Kind of emphasize how much it's actually needed, because the hardest thing is to actually get women to walk. We get so many things, I can't do that, and me bocce, and all of those things. So I think every woman is actually capable of doing it. No matter what age you are, if you tell yourself that you can actually go out there on the day, you don't have to do 6 legs. You can actually set yourself up to do 1 leg, and after you've done it, you'd feel so good about it. It has to be part of you as well. And you're not alone. You're not alone. On that day, you have lots of women out there supporting you. And I also want to make an appeal out to the guys out there, the men. I mean, women rally behind you. So why not come out and support your lady on that day? Show her that you can give her that support. You can trail along in your vehicle. She can be walking, and you could be there as her motivator, motivating her to go that extra mile. So you have enough time to think about it.
Registration is $20 per person and includes a t-shirt and access to the service vehicles which will accompany walkers. Walkers will also be joined by a group of all-female bikers as well as police escorts and the St. Lucia Red Cross. Castries South Parliamentary Representative Dr. Ernest Hilaire says a Labour Party administration will seek to bring empowerment to the people of St. Lucia through extensive constitutional review. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
Our laws in St. Lucia are inadequate to deal with issues of accountability in public life. There are no two ways about it. These are the words of Castries South Parliamentary Rep. Dr. Ernest Hilaire. Dr. Hilaire was speaking in relation to holding leaders accountable for unconstitutional behavior and alleged abuse of power. He said there is a strong need for St. Lucians to be able to freely exercise their rights to take the powers that be to task. Dr. Hilaire said although there are laws that empower people, said laws are obscured and confusing to the masses, thus leading to hopelessness.
There must be an empowerment of the citizens of a country, because democracy and good governance cannot be achieved just by having the provision of laws but not having people to ensure that they are executed. We must empower our citizens, and we must create a culture where our citizens can ensure that the laws that are in place are being executed by those in power. Because if they have laws that says if you do A, B, C, D, there's a consequence, and nobody does anything about it, who will force them to do it? How do we force them to do it? And we have to have a situation where, as a citizen, you are empowered by law to say, look, I have an issue of X, Y, and Z, and it's going to be tabled in I'm going to take it to court.
Dr. Hilaire went further to say that not only must there be empowerment, there is also a need for accessibility.
There must also be the legal aid provision, because there's a lot that you can do to take legal action against the government policies and programs and how they govern, but you don't have the money to pay a Queen's Counsel $40,000 to do the case for you. So even when citizens want to object, they are limited. Well, the Ombudsman even have certain limitations as well as to what the Ombudsman can actually do. And we have to have a situation where a citizen can say, you know what, I have a difficulty with X, Y, and Z that happened, and there is provision, empowerment for that citizen to take action against whichever public official. Your public servants have to be able to say, look, how can this person be promoted twice in 3 years? And I honestly believe I'm a better worker. And if somebody is promoted, to take it to court and say, I object to that person being promoted.
There are many laws in St. Lucia, Dr. Hilaire said, that are in need of changing as there has been a degeneration of governance in the country. He indicated that a Labour Party government will explore constitutional reform.
We need to tighten up the laws. We need to tighten up the Constitution, because after 40 years, it's probably a very good time for us to reflect on our Constitution. More so, we inherited a colonial Constitution. There's a similarity throughout the regions, and those of us who studied political history, you know the origin of that Constitution. There have been minor changes from country to country, but essentially it's the same post-colonial Constitution we all have. And the time has come for radical change in some of those things. But you must start off from a worldview that tells you have to have a belief in the people. You have to have a belief in the capacity of the people. And I think as a Labour Party, you will see at the appropriate time some very bold pronouncements. I think the political leader hinted in a very general way some of those things that we believe has to be done to ensure that our country functions in a way where public officials are held to be accountable and there is transparency in the operations of the country.
Dr. Hiller said the more power you give to citizens to force government to be accountable and transparent, the better it is for the function of our democracy. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Bounty Rum, in a show of support for St. Lucia Carnival 2019, unveiled its newest design of Bounty Rum encompassing all things St. Lucia Carnival. The brand also revealed its newest brand ambassador, looking to bring the vibe and embody the true spirit of St. Lucia. More from Solange Alfred.
Looking to create an atmosphere of fun and togetherness, Bounty Rum facilitated a gathering of bands to show their support to the brand of St. Lucia Carnival 2019. Marketing manager at St. Lucia Distillers, Surgeon John Baptiste, says the efforts will do much in creating camaraderie between the participating carnival bands.
This morning, Bounty Rum and by extension St. Lucia Distillers had the opportunity of just highlighting the support that we're giving for St. Lucia Carnival 2019. We're doing it in so many different ways, apart from the support that we will be giving to Event St. Lucia in hosting the national parade that's going to be happening. A lot of the carnival bands in the national parade, the support that we're giving to them. And another integral part for us is the fact that we're going to be so heavily represented in the communities. Being able to support the committees in those communities around the island, as well as the bands that are participating in the carnival in the communities. We thought we definitely thought it fitting to be able to bring everyone together, to be able to highlight and basically let's meet as a family, because this is essentially what it is. Carnival is something that's integrally part of St. Lucia. Bounty is integrally part of St. Lucia. So we just thought it necessary to be able to, join everything together so we can all be in one space and to celebrate that.
Bounty Rum unveiled their newest design label for the carnival season from the mind of designer Shane Shallery. He says a walkthrough of the Bounty Rum facility did wonders in helping him conceptualize his design.
When they invited us to do the design, they thought that a tour of the distillery would be key in trying to bring us where they wanted us and stuff like that. And it was definitely a help for me, I'd never done the tour, so I learned a lot, about the processes and stuff like that, and I took heed, I took a lot of notes, and the other thing that had me is when I went into, there's a part of the distillery where there's a carnival tour, so you get old costumes, information on carnival, and I saw stuff that my hands actually passed through, so that was kind of like inspiration for me.
Unveiling a new addition to their brand, Bounty Rum announced their brand ambassador as the energetic entertainer Hollywood HP. HP looks forward to continuing the global push of both Bounty Rum and his own personal brand.
I never considered myself to be working with such a company that is definitely looking forward to making St. Lucia, looking forward to putting St. Lucia even on a bigger market. I know that our name have been calling out everywhere around the world, but I think with Bounty Rum and with Hollywood HP, we can definitely make this thing, huge. We can make this thing global, worldwide. Bounty Rum is the only rum that, supports St. Lucia Carnival. The only rum, like I said, that supports St. Lucia Carnival. And everyone knows Hollywood HP. I'm a carnivalist, I'm a bacchanalist, all right? So adding Hollywood HP to the Bounty Rum family is definitely something that can make people be, that can make people look at Bounty Rum on another scale and say, hey, all right, you know what? If Hollywood HP can do it, well then yeah, let's all be part of the journey and let's all make St. Lucia Carnival a success.
Bounty Rum chose to stimulate the senses by showcasing lovely ladies representing various bands in the national parade, showing off their creative costumes to cultivate a bigger buzz for the 2019 edition of St. Lucia Carnival. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Thank you very much, Solange. You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Tennyson Glasgow is up next with all the sporting action.